Okay, after we learning the dinim of tavling dishes, so basically dishes or pots or utensils that touch the actual food needs to be immersed in the mikveh. If it doesn't, for instance, you have a grate on a stove that you never put food directly on the grate. You put a pot on top of the grate. So then technically you don't have to tavel it in the mikveh because it's not coming in contact with the food. But if you have, let's say, a toaster oven or microwave where you have racks that the food touches the actual rack, so then you would need to tavel them. Or if you have, in Hebrew it's called a spud, a spit, good. That you put meat on it and you roast it over a fire. Skewer. If it's metal, or then you would need, if it's wood, we learned yesterday, you don't need to tavel wood. But if it's metal, then you would need to tavel it.
What happens if the item's not removed, or like in some toaster ovens, it's just a flat inside, you can't? Then
you don't have to tavel it.
Just use tin foil.
Right. You don't have to tavel it then. Okay. Now, when you tavel dishes, this happens a lot of times. You have to make sure that the vessel is 100% clean. Sometimes you have stickers at the bottom. And sometimes the stickers are, I don't know why they make them like they're impossible to get off. Basically, you have to use nail polish remover, or you got to scratch it until it actually gets clean. Because a lot of times it happens. I had this many times. In fact, last Friday was the same question. Somebody called me. They tabled a whole bunch of dishes, and then they realized there were stickers on them. So because the water has to get all over the place at one time. See, when you kosher utensils, what happens if this is, let's say, a tray for utensil, and you want to kosher it, and the pot you have is not big enough to put the whole thing in at one time. So then the din is, by koshering, you're allowed to do half at a time. Put in the half into the boiling water, take it out, rinse it under cold water, put in the other half, that's fine. You can't tavel a dish, you can't immerse a dish in a mikveh 50-50. The whole thing has to be underwater at one time. And therefore, even if you're holding it with your hand, the best thing is to leave go for mamish for a second, that the water gets all around the place. Otherwise, with the way your finger is holding, unless people write in halacha, if you immerse your hand first in the mikveh, and then you hold the dish, even though you're holding it with your hand, but the fact that you taveled your hand in the mikveh, so it's good. But the best thing is mamish to let go for a second. Or sometimes you have to be careful there in the kelim mikvahs. They have not great, no.
Those milk cartons,
whatever, either milk cartons, they have these strainers, whatever. Yeah. So,
Plastic wine crate.
Yeah, whatever. Grates or strainers. Mikvahs have strainers. So what happens? You put a whole bunch of dishes in it or cutlery, and then you tavel it. The problem is sometimes two knives are touching each other, two forks are touching each other, and then the water is not getting in between the water. And even if you move it around, but it's not happening at the same. The whole vessel has to be immersed at the same time. Therefore, if you have, let's say, stickers on a keli, it's no good because the place of the sticker is not going to have the water from the mikveh there.
But the stickers wouldn't, in most majorities, is, for example, on the bottom of a plate, you don't put food down there anyway.
It doesn't matter. That plate needs to be immersed in the mikveh. And immersion means the entire plate, from beginning to end, has to immerse in the water at the same time.
Sometimes there's a glue on the bottom of the
That glue has to come off.
That glue has to come off.
Yeah, because that's a foreign substance which is separating between the water and the dish, just like a person. If they have something which is called a chatzitza, separation, so then it's not a valid tefillah.
How do you recommend getting off the glue?
You can use nail polish remover, helps.
A blowtorch.
Spray called Gugan.
There's gugan, there's hot water, and this.
if you warm it up,
It's called manual labor. What?
if you warm up the sticker, it comes right away.
Okay, there's different ways of getting it off, but bottom line is it has to come off.
Find your local bacher, give him a few bucks, let him do it.
Next is like this.
What about oven grates?
Huh?
Oven grates?
Oven grates, many pots come out. You have to tavel them because a lot of times you put food directly on them. You want to bake a potato, you put directly onto the grate. Also, another interesting thing. What happens if you're taveling a bottle that has a narrow neck to it? You have a glass bottle, you want a decanter, whatever, and you want to table it. So you have to make sure that first you have to fill it up with water of the mikveh. You have to fill it up with mikveh water and then immerse it under the water. Because otherwise, you just take immerse it under the water, it's not going to fill up with water. And tefillah has to be inside and outside of the keli, need to be tabled.
You have to empty out the water inside 3 times?
No.
No, because once you take it out of the water, it's no good. So now you're doing it a second time and then the third time. And the same day, we'll just finish off with this din. Kids under bar and bat mitzvah are not believed that they table dishes. In other words, like this. If, let's say, parents are tabling dishes and the kids are with them, a 10-year-old, 12-year-old kid is in helping them tabling dishes, and the parents are watching them table the dishes, so then the kids could do it also, because you don't need kavana. The plate has to go into the mikveh. That's all you need. But if parents weren't there, and the kid does it himself, and the kid comes home now and says, I tabled the dishes, the problem is he's not believed. Why is it? Because kids under bar and bat mitzvah are not believed in halacha, because they have to be bar and bat mitzvah to be able to have trust, because they are obligated in the mitzvah, so therefore they could be believed in it.